I'm Adele Diamond. I'm the Canada Research Chair Professor of Developmental Cognitive Neuroscience at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver. Executive functions is kind of an umbrella term for a family of mental abilities that you need when going on automatic or relying on instinct or intuition would be a bad idea. So it's when you have to concentrate and pay attention and not do what comes naturally, but instead do what's needed at that moment. So it involves inhibitory control, like not blurting out the first thing that comes to mind, not jumping to a conclusion, waiting before you act, not giving into temptations. It involves attentional control, being able to focus despite distraction, being able to play with information in your mind so that you can maybe see connections that other people didn't see or come up with a new way of solving a problem. So it involves what's called inhibitory control, working memory, and cognitive flexibility. And from those higher order executive functions are built, like problem solving, reasoning, and planning. We understand a fair bit about executive functions. They depend on prefrontal cortex and the other neural regions with which it's interconnected. And prefrontal cortex takes a very long time to mature. It's not fully mature for 20 years. So people used to think, well, you don't see executive functions in babies or young children. But we now know that you see it even in the youngest babies. I use the analogies of a 2-year-old's legs. A 2-year-old's legs are not at their full adult extent. It's going to take maybe 15 years or so till they're at their full adult length. But with those immature legs, a 2-year-old can walk, a 2-year-old can even run, which is to say that even with an immature prefrontal cortex, even a very young child can exercise executive functions, not to the full adult level, but to some extent. And with practice and training, the child can do it better. For example, there's all kinds of evidence of problem solving, even in babies. You know, that toy is out of reach. How am I going to find a way to be able to pull it closer? This way of opening that jar isn't working. Is there some other way that I can figure out to open it? If you look, you'll see all kinds of problem solving that your child is doing.